about what happened about AEW. So, instead of Cody Rhodes once has been talking to open things up about AEW, I just wanted to stand for it. So, this is what Cody Rhodes had to explain what happened that day about AEW. Here's a full like Cody Rhodes' story. Is what he had to say. So, speaking of Cody Rhodes, I felt just disbanded at AEW. It wanted to stay forward. Will said the following: I just saw a full episode of the Bill Simmons podcast. He said, I didn't know Cody Rhodes isn't out until tomorrow of July 34th. I knew about the folks at Bill Simmons' website. I just everyone knew he was a scholarly white clip to post to tease the show. I just one where Cody Rhodes talks about his AEW exit in news and was like just respect and bad blood. And yet we don't hear the questions, questions, so 73 questions, 73 seconds clip that seems to my eyes and ears. This was to have a last or two or three insults. It wasn't mentioned ghetto that produced by Cody Rhodes. He wasn't insults, but it starts with him. He was saying it wasn't just clearly bad blood, but that's it just also clearly respect and love. He said, after we then hear Cody Rhodes said, I didn't say it in. I just said the way I see it is. Whatever I felt just respected at WWE, that's a one thing. He said, I wasn't just a company that's a New York Yankees, that's a flagship of it all. I knew what if I ever felt deal at WWE that I was a number on that seat, maybe, but I fully just respected that something I built and with my friends that we built fully just respected deal. I wanted to stand for it. He said, I think he correct his wife Brandy Rose for forcing him to leave to AEW. This was early back in of 2022. There was the same set of stage for his return to WWE at WrestleMania 38 a couple of months later, and then into a Brandy and I both also blessed to have her in it. I think it was one of those where it was I did and might did away more here did it and think and you're going to find out to the moment I, I'm I'm out the door. And he added, I just a clip close with Cody discussing to revenge. He he said, I don't believe in the cold-hearted. So this was Beck's separate type of revenge, so the greatest revenge on earth. I think it's the sources and I feel like I think we're sitting on something wonderful, something great in him. This was possibly what I was doing for was to make it not new. It has a bad guy, has a good guy. This was something in between. We're sitting on something basic. He said, I didn't live I'm not doing to do in the house. I talked with Matt Saxon, other Young Bucks, and King Omega and Nick Saxon belt, and then, buddy, I'm going elsewhere, he added. I knew his name might come up elsewhere, but I just said the absence of Tony Khan anywhere in Rhodes is point to. This was interesting and Cody's taking to a high road for the most part of this until since he was leaving from AEW. I know that he's made it this clear so end of this his longest run deal. This was not good. He also with boldly said that his exit was due to the personal issues and not collective or money just pounce. So we will see whenever we get Mike more Cody on what happened and with a full episode of Seville Simmons podcast in a few hours. For now, here's a clip so you can search it for yourself. So this is what he said in his podcast about his podcast with Bill Simmons and when Cody Rhodes said about when he leave to AEW. This is what he said all along before. This is what he said. So, I was thinking about Cody Rhodes has to explain to do about AEW. Until he left from AEW exit, he was explaining to do. So so Cody Rhodes has friends with the Young Bucks and King Omega until what happened that day. Until then. And I just took Cody Rhodes told about something about the podcast and he happened was about between him. So Cody Rhodes is open up on leaving from AJ to exit about his podcast. So instead of Cody Rhodes is right about that about podcasting and he's right about this point. He said so Hadrian said so instead of Cody Rhodes has explained to do about between his full podcast with Bill Simmons said, and what happened to Cody Rhodes and Randy Rhodes were not leaving from AEW exit into the door, I think. So, Hadrian said of this, the full story about Cody Rhodes and Randy Rhodes. So we like this. So we like this video. Remember like and subscribe. So if you like and subscribe in the top below, like and subscribe. And just a full video about what happened about Cody Rhodes and about what happened that day into AEW. So when I do hold announce a photo update on Cody Rhodes and explain about his podcast with Bill Simmons, which is a full podcast. So we like this video and let's like and subscribe. Then by this time, peace.